So really quick, I'll shout out to my niece. I believe she turned 34 today, or turns 34 today. I'm pretty certain that's the age. Based on, you know, my sister and everything else. So I wanted to sing her a quick happy birthday. So, or, you know, and she's a non-gender affirming type person. So I wanted to wish they a happy birthday. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Renee. Happy birthday to you. And many more. So, anyway, that's that. And fell on a Saturday, which is always fun on some level. I don't know if she gets into or they gets into the birthday rewards, but there are tons of restaurants, coffee shops, what have you, that offer free birthday rewards. Typically you have to have an app and or at least sign up for the emails. I think places like IHOP would honor birthday pancakes even if you didn't have an email or app with them. All you have to do is sign up for email with IHOP. I've never had an app. So typically I don't eat tons of pancakes, but for free on the birthday, why not? You know, they have all these different flavored syrups and stuff like that, I think, you know. So, of course, her birthday is right on 3/22, and 3/22, we'll just do a quick thing here, is also Skull and Crossbones. Oh, Serpico Dreams. Oh, hey, good morning. Hey. Thank you. You too. Yeah, I didn't, from behind I couldn't tell who anyone. Well, have a great day. Okay.
You have a blessed day, young lady.
Thank you. Thanks. It's my niece's birthday. So 3/22 is also known as Skull and Crossbones. And Skull and Crossbones is a special fraternity, brotherhood, group, what have you, at Yale University. And Yale University is one of the top universities in the nation. For those who care about that kind of thing, Ivy League. So Yale and Harvard would be at the top of everyone's mind should they know about Ivy Leagues and so forth and so on. A lot of conspiracy people, theorists, will talk about Skull and Crossbones. But Skull and Crossbones is a club that a lot of people in politics wound up becoming a member of. You have to be picked, you have to be sort of selected. It is, you know, in the world of pan-Hellenic Greek clubs, it kind of goes like that. I mean, you have to sort of put your name in the hat per se, and then your bid and this, that, and the other. Skull and Crossbones might operate a little bit differently. The idea is you have to be tapped, and tap on the shoulder. I don't know exactly how it works, but if you get the tap, and I've wondered what they're capable of, but if you get the tap, then you're either in, or at least you are in the process. You know, they don't really haze per se. I don't know if you're allowed to use that word, hazing, but you go through the process. Oh, if you're tapped, you're in. So if you're tapped, you're in. So the Bushes, like George Bush 1 and 2. So there's, you know, I used to remember the middle names of everybody. So there's Herbert Walker is the dad, and then just George W. Bush. And I don't remember his middle name, I just remember W. He was in. John Kerry, who was the head of Department of, State Secretary or Secretary of State before Hillary Clinton was. So John Kerry was tapped. Those are the ones I remember off the top of my head. Tons of people have been tapped to be in Skull and Crossbones. Their address is actually 322 whatever street. I'll have to look up the street because it does matter. Makes me think of Idaho 4 and these, you know, I guess 3 women and a guy who were slaughtered. I mean, it's really awful. They lived at 1122 King Road with 2 more roommates who survived, and were downstairs, and were probably in the wee hours of the morning. You're like half awake, and if you were partying at all or had a night out of drinking, which is very common with college students, even normally you're just like out of it, not sure like what's going on at that hour. So I can see where they had no clue what was going on upstairs. But 1122 King Road in Moscow, Idaho. So when I see this, that's all I need. Also, they have to use the number 4. Idaho 4, Idaho 4, Idaho 4, Idaho 4. And it's like, because they had to use the number and the address, JFK, John F. Kennedy, what, Jr., I forget if he was assassinated on 11/22/63. The word king can often be affiliated with kingmakers, and kingmakers would be, people maybe among the tapped or similar who help bring people up. They would be a kingmaker. We're going to make a rock star out of you. We're going to make a politician out of you. We can get you elected. In a way, they might kind of take over someone's circumstances, but that person gets to rise up, if you will. So that would be a kingmaker, and usually it's in the public eye. That's my understanding of that whole thing. But tapped is a word that also came up because there might be people who are metaphorically tapped at street level, and that would be I read a comic book, DC Comics, the Books of Magic. This came up because I was taking care of someone's cats and I saw the Books of Magic. I was like, this looks good. And it's a comic book, not how to do magic or whatever. And the one story, and this is by Neil Gaiman. I think he lives in the UK now, or always has. For some reason, his name needs to be in the United States for me, but he lives in the UK, United Kingdom. But the story is, there's this kid riding a skateboard on the streets. He doesn't love going home because they don't address the mom, they only address the dad. So the dad is a guy who kind of watches TV in the recliner. It's old 1980s, 70s, 80s, 90s kind of idea. He's in a recliner, he's drinking beer every hour on the hour, if not more. He, passes out, he watches TV. So the kid wants to have something to do. He's more compelled to go outside, skateboard. I don't know what the difference is because a lot of people get stuck, watching TV inside. So, or these days YouTube. Right? But the kid is like kind of, disenchanted with, the world. And in the comic book, he actually gets quote unquote tapped. So that means all of a sudden he starts experiencing all kinds of crazy things, which kind of puts him through a very special life journey, where it's a way of learning about life outside of the recliner or the basic job. Like a lot of people have normal jobs, they work 9 to 5, or they have a very specific job. They are on this quote unquote extremely straight path where they don't experience much else outside.